All right, all right, all
And we're
right.
live.
It's the Wu Flu Boogaloo, and today we bring you the news, the real news.
Of exceptionally virulent bioagents, including a strain of coronavirus from Canada's National Microbiology Laboratory, made its way to China. The event caused a major scandal with experts questioning why Canada was shipping level 4 bioagents to China. Scientists from the Canadian laboratory claimed that the highly lethal viruses had the potential to be weaponized. An investigation ensued, and the shipment was traced to Chinese agents working at the National Microbiology Laboratory. The NML is Canada's only Level 4 facility, and one of only a few in North America equipped to handle the world's most dangerous bioagents, including Ebola, SARS, and coronavirus. On July 5th, 2019, the Chinese scientist Jiang Guoqi, her husband Keding Cheng, also a biologist, together with members of her research team, were escorted out of the Canadian facility in Winnipeg. Dr. Key was the head of the vaccine development and antiviral therapy section in the Special Pathogens Program at the Canadian laboratory. Investigators now believe that she is an agent for China's bioweapons program. Dr. Key is married to another Chinese scientist, Dr. Keding Cheng, who is also affiliated with the laboratory in Canada, specifically the Science and Technology Corps. Dr. Cheng, primarily a bacteriologist, shifted to virology. The couple is responsible for infiltrating Canada's lab, with many Chinese agents posing as students from a range of facilities that are tied directly to China's biological weapons program, namely the Institute of Military Veterinary Academy of Military Medical Sciences in Changchun, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Chengdu Military Region, the Wuhan Institute of Virology, Chinese Academy of Sciences in Hubei, the Institute of Microbiology, Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing. The doctor made at least 5 trips between 2017 and 2018 to the Wuhan National Biosafety Lab of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. The Wuhan facility was certified for biosafety level 4 agents in January of 2017. In August 2017, China's National Health Commission approved research into Ebola, Nipah, and an extremely virulent form of hemorrhagic fever at the facility in Wuhan. The Wuhan Biosafety Laboratory is located 20 miles from the seafood market determined to be where the lethal December 2019 novel coronavirus outbreak originated. There's more. There's
No immortal
much
enemies,
more.
the Chinese,
The
like
events
fucking,
of
communists.
China.
Man, it's just a coincidence,
Click the
dude.
link
It's
Just
in
just
the
trade
description
bioweapons with
below
them.
it's
this
just
video
bad
to
soup,
find out
dude.
more.
It's just bad
Please
soup, man. It's
like,
not like
share,
the
and
Chinese have been
subscribe.
eating like weird
you.
shit like bugs and stuff
This
for,
is
you know,
Nancy Morgan Hart for Headlines with Voice.
I don't know how long. Probably
It's just a national
thousands of years.
security concern to me. It's just insane that like we would even trade like virulent diseases or anything like
If
that with them.
anything, like you think you would get a pathogen more from eating bugs than you would from bats.
Yeah, I think it's all just like a test, like a military exercise.
It's
But,
definitely a bioweapon.
Yeah, but it's like it's like a real bioweapon that's being used. Yeah.
Canada's National Microbiology Laboratory, part of the Public Health
See what this
Agency of
guy-
Canada. So we're Canada's only level 4 lab. And what does that mean? It means we're able to safely test and respond to the world's most dangerous infectious diseases, including Ebola virus, toxigenic E. coli, and also highly pathogenic influenzas. So I want you to come inside and see the lab and see how we help Canadians and how we help the global community. Canada 150 is about pride. Across Canada, we can be proud of the important accomplishments that Canada has made in the fight against infectious diseases. The NML is a model of excellence through our labs, our people, and the way we lead others through very challenging public health threats such as SARS, H1N1, and most recently, Zika virus. We are disease detectives. Through scientific research and collaboration, we provide answers in the face of outbreaks. Our job is to protect the health of Canadians and others in the global community. Only a few labs around the world can safely handle the most deadly of infectious diseases, and we are one of them. We are world leaders. In fact, it's here at the NML where we developed both a treatment and a vaccine for Ebola. We are ready to respond to any public health threat. Thanks to our mobile lab, we are able to take our lab outside of the building's walls. At a moment's notice, we can take action to respond to a biosecurity threat or an international outbreak. For example, in 2014, we deployed a mobile lab to West Africa to respond to the deadly Ebola outbreak there. We are innovators, driving the creation of new knowledge and new technologies that are improving the public health system. Canada is pioneering the next generation of medical research. We are transforming laboratory approaches. We are moving away from what we used to call wet labs, where we use petri headphones, to now towards dry labs, where we're using genomics and advanced computing to study microbes at the genetic level. This means we're able to address outbreaks with greater speed.
Hope and pray that the audio's good.
I'm so optimistic about the future. We've done so much.
So optimistic about the future.
And I want us to continue to keep helping to protect the health of Canadians.
So nervous, man. It's crazy.
Guy looks like
Trust that guy with my kids. That's what I say.
kind of looks like a chubby Richard Spencer.
Looks like an FBI agent almost, but like Canadian.
Oh yeah, it's not that bad, dude. That looks pretty normal. To me.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. It's pretty
It's a
cool.
normal hospital, right? Oh yeah, let's just have dead bodies around all these people.
Flu season in China. Fuck. She's really saying, like, man, that pig virus was fucking way worse than this shit. Just laying on the ground.
Yeah, let's just pack all these people into like one room.
Right, just swapping the disease. Everybody in that room is infected now.
Like in a mall.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll just pick them up.
Just coughing all over. Coughing all over everybody.
Dude,
thank you for saving my life.
On Medicare's stream, I like saw that
Yeah.
people are now deliberately like coughing on them. Like medical workers and shit.
That's insane.
家里有孩子的，能不出来，
Kids do not.
千万别
It's
出
like
来。
fucking. It's
这
like
个事
World
儿
War
现在
Z
远
or
远
some
比你们
shit.
想象当中要严重，知道吗？
Look at
真的
that.
非常非常严重。看这里边，现在这是医
Something
院里
you'd
边，
see in like
成
dying
什么
light.
样儿，看见了吗？
Yeah, it's like literally apocalyptic.
看着跟什么生化危机，
Just coughs
跟他
around.
妈生化危机一样。
Still got one. Guy doesn't even have a mask on. Just standing right next to this person that's like probably dead.
It's like, fuck it, man. I'm probably already infected. This whole
还
city's
那会儿
going
还戴
down.
不戴口罩？
Nah, I'm just kidding.
照到是消失。
No, probably.
I mean, there's a good portion of it
Good
that's going
chance.
down. Yeah, I mean, like, who knows how many are like actually dead? I mean, it could only be like a very small chunk, like half of a percent, you know, that really end up going down.
I don't know, man. I think there's like
我这
there's
乖乖
no way
吃
you
好
can
老头，那
trust
不
any of
亲
the
眼看着太早来
propaganda
过。
and media Like our media is just totally
亲眼看到
censored
的
right
啊，
now,
这是我
just
怎么
like
去
the
了，缥
Chinese
缈
media.
到的伙计。
Yeah.
And the only way that you get like videos like this is through social
抬走了，
media.
抬走了，抬走了。
Totally.
And why would they like? They literally have like straight up roadblocks
Yeah.
out of the entire fucking area. Like I think it's like fucking the entire province.
Hello. Oh, hello. Are you alright? Hello. Hello. Oh.
Yeah, like this shit.
Honey, 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 honey. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah, that is pretty fucking scary though.
Yeah.
That is pretty horrifying. I mean, it could be somebody trolling, you know?
That type of like scream, like
I mean, yeah, that was real.
yeah. Let's just cram all these people into a hospital. That'll make things better, right?
Yeah.
The footage of like the hospitals they're building, I don't buy it at all, man.
That's pretty much, yeah, it's definitely mass burial.
Yeah, either that or like fucking crematoriums. I've already heard that they're burning bodies. Like
Dude,
daily.
they have to be, man. Like, that shit is... There are already a lot of people, like... Yeah, how else are they gonna get rid of all the bodies?
Yeah,
man? Jesus.
you can't bury them.
10点以后的票全部都不让走了，不让进了。火车站滞留了很多的游客、旅客。
Yeah, I guess maybe, yeah, like, so maybe it is like a hospital then, because they're not gonna bury them, they'll just cremate them, but...
Yeah. Like tanks going down. You think like, yeah, this is just some minor thing, like, you know, it'll be taken care of. Why would they block off all travel and have tanks go down the like street? There's like this one guy that like Eugene, some doctor guy that was like downplaying it, saying like, oh, the flu's killed more people. It's like, this is pretty much brand new. That person's standing without a mask.
Yeah, I think he was like selling like used masks that he found.
Yeah, it's just a hospital, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess, like, how do you burn that many bodies, though? How do you cremate that many bodies, right? So you would have to have some mass graves.
Yeah, or it could just, the whole thing could just be a mass grave. I saw, like, weird pictures, too, where they were, like, putting chemicals in the fucking shit. Where they're, like, digging. Probably, like, lye, and then they're, like, bags. Like, I wonder what's in those bags.
Shit.
like, oh, you're gonna get shot.
我没有了，这他这么多怎么办了？跟着谁过来？没有，我去了。啊？我不知道哪个是院长，我去了。我连续3次5次长都先都打了。
This guy finally just broke down and just. I don't need doctors. He just broke down and just fucking found his balls. He was like, we're fucking overcrowded. Get your ass down here. We're all dying. It's Raccoon City, man. They're just gonna kill everybody, basically.
Well, coronavirus, if you, like, you know, change it up a little bit, it's pretty close to spelling raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an exact anagram, isn't it? Or like a.
It's pretty close.
Corona. Raccoon.
向大家汇报一下，目前我们整个湖北甚至全国的疫情情况。现在已经有9万多人死，这个病毒的传染几率是多少呢？就是
This was a while back.
传染
Yeah,
后
this
，This
is
was like beginning of the
如果
week.
说他没有被
this is when the infected rate, like the official infected rate, was like in the low hundreds, I believe.
他会传染给他身边的14个人，那么这个基数就很大了。现在正值春节假期之际，天南地北的亲戚朋友、子女都往家里赶，都是为了合家团圆，在一起吃一顿看年饭。现在情况特殊。我希望大家不要出门，不要聚会，不要聚餐。春节年年有，只要人平安，大家都可以随时随地的在一起。我现在向大家介绍一下我们整个湖北省医疗物资情况。现在武汉市整个医疗系统及湖北省的整个医疗系统都已经越过了我们的上级、卫计委及各个行政部门、市政府、省政府，透过各大媒
We
体，
done with the government shit.
在向社会发起物资募捐。这个物资是医疗物资。比如说，我现在是带的护目镜，带的一次性的口罩，带的一次性的手套，身上穿的这个隔离，甚至是隔离服。这个物资特别精确。我们现在的医护人员，凡是从临床下来的，现在全部都有重新上来一些。我现在相当于是在火线上给大家录这个录像，就是为了让大家引起警觉。我再强调一次，春节放假期间不要出门，就自己在自己屋里待着，要不然我在前方拼命是为了什么？我就是为了让我的妈、我的亲人他们健康，希望大家能够理解。我也知道，有些亲戚不在群里面，请看到我这个消息的人，相互打电话，相互通知，一定要做到。我希望大家能够提高人心。
Well, government's keeping secrets.
而且报告一个大家一个很好的消息，这个新型冠状病毒已经发生第2代变异了，也就是说，在第1代变异的时候，我们可以对症治疗。那么在发生第2代变异的时候， 这是要命的。那它的感染几率就不是一个人传染，一个人得上了这种病，传染身边14个人，那么它是呈爆发形式的。望大家一定要牢记，不要出门，不要串门，不要聚会，不要聚餐。谢谢大家。
Oh, what was a happy,
Yeah,
fun video. Social media.
I feel better already.
Instagram, man. So, I guess we'll just watch another one. What are these guys doing? Why are people shouting? That was pretty sharp, but
Just
to the point.
let's
I guess.
just lock this guy in his house, prevent him from going anywhere. Seems like a good thing to do.
Province government are setting up roadblocks for all the roads leading in and out of the province. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. It's actually a smart move.
TikTok. Yeah.
Hey YouTube, this is City Prepping. In this video, we'll talk about the Wuhan coronavirus, which obviously has been in the news a lot. That's happening right now in China.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
Physiognomy check.
Physiognomy check, exactly. Alright. Let's see. This is kind of informative. Oh. Shit. There we go.
Yeah, let's see how normal the markets are. I heard there was no lines and no crazy shit going on. So let's just see some footage of it. Oh,
Guess we got fucked. Alright.
let's see. Refresh the page. There we go.
Yeah, boy.
That's a pretty normal line at my local grocery store.
Every day, this is my reg.
I don't see any panic or anything. Not just potential to spread the disease even more.
Man, if they weren't like orderly Asiatic types, this scenario would be much different. Imagine if this was like. Well,
Like we
I
were
don't wanna
saying
name
before,
places.
like I would just rather starve. Like, why the fuck would you go into a place like
Yeah,
this?
dude. I would just starve and just like write a fucking book.
200, 300 people in a store.
Just
like,
quarantine
you're
myself.
Gonna die.
And,
You're bound to get it at that point.
yeah, dude. And like, why spread it to other people? Like, just lock myself in a room and just like write a fucking novel, and fucking put it in a fireproof safe so when they burn the city down, they'll find it. Well, that's a bad idea because I don't want them to like get infected. So fuck it, I'll just die. Who cares about me?
Well, everyone else is probably gonna do the same thing. Let's see how normal it is.
Uh-oh, she's got a bike. These people have bike helmets on.
It's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
Or have like a mask and then like one of those airsoft helmets or something.
Yeah, dude. Just walk around with an airsoft gun. Oh my god.
This seems pretty normal.
It's my
Oh,
everyday
they're
day.
just grabbing it with their bare hands. Oh yeah, that's probably safe to eat.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's always good. Fun times in China. He's like pointing at her. He's like having like a serious fucking feud over here. About to kill each other. Two bitches about to go down.
Like shit.
Oh, she's got on a board. She's gonna kill this bitch. Oh.
Is that a knife?
Is that a knife? Does she have a knife? Oh. Dude, holy shit. Chinese women are crazy. That's a joke. YouTube, and this is not for children. And everything we say is satire.
This looks pretty normal.
It's my everyday, baby. Alright, I'm gonna fucking put that down. And what do we got here? What do we... I don't know, man. Like, oh, shit. Let's go all the way back. I don't even know what this is. Oh, fuck.
Just refresh.
What am I gonna learn?
You silly guy.
Silly guy. Are people...
Let's just duct tape this guy's house and put, like...
Put a sign up.
What the... No, they welded shit, dude.
Yeah, man.
You found it. You found the clip. Like, there's clearly people in there screaming.
Yeah. Trying to get out. Just gonna starve them out.
Pretty much.
That's China, bro.
That's so fucked.
This family just came back after coming from Wuhan. So they have nowhere else to go. And it was just neighbors just barricade them into their house. This kind of fucking... I mean, like, I would have kind of forced barricade myself, but it's just kind of funny, I guess. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. You know, the flu's killed more people. Flu's killed more people, right?
Flu's pretty badass.
Nothing to worry about.
Normal day in China.
That looks normal. Oh, by the way, this is not for kids.
Yeah, so...
That's so fucked.
Some fun stuff, man. Yeah. So, after that,
I don't know. Kind of an abrupt transition.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, so,
yeah,
I don't know, man. What to think about that?
I don't know how I feel about having a brain-melting fever to the point where I start having seizures. That doesn't sound... that's not really the type of party I want.
Yeah, so, apparently,
And I love how it'll go through the normal masks. So you have to get some, special grade one, and they're probably going to be sold out pretty soon.
So, might be some fun times, throughout Southeast Asia, for a while.
I'm probably... this is speculation, but I bet there's 200,000 or more.
Yeah, you never know, man. You never know. I think there's a channel that's actually following it live. You should find it real quick. If we're done with one of these YouTube clips, we can find it here. Oh, dude, come on. Come on.
It's like it's a pathogen that like sticks to your lungs too. It's called the coronavirus because it resembles like a crown, and that's how it sticks to the inside of your lungs.
Yeah.
And it like basically injects itself and then forces you to make more of it.
Fuck. Dude, this guy... Man, they're burying people, man.
Yeah, they're censoring all this shit right now.
It's just crazy.
And all you see is like, you know, bullshit, like mainstream media.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's all BBC and Global News. Global News and BBC and CBS. And what the fuck, man?
It's all censored.
Oh, man.
My
I don't remember
videos,
what
like,
his channel
blowing
name
up
is.
for just like a little while, and
Yeah.
then it just like dropped the views all of a sudden.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. It's not good. No deaths anywhere but China. It's interesting. What does that mean?
This is the Plague Inc. music.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's one in Finland. Oh shit.
Fuck, dude.
One in Sweden. It's scary because think about how many we don't know.
Yeah.
I heard it's like you won't show any symptoms for at least a week to like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then
yeah.
when you do get symptoms, it starts with like general stuff that you would normally have, like, you know, coughing, sneezing, shit like that, and then like a fever eventually, and then you just get fucked. Like you'll just get to the point where you won't be able to breathe and shit. You'll get like pneumonia. You'll get a brain melting fever and then fucking pass out and die. Should we go on to the next one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of like looking at the chat for a second. Alright. Yeah, so in FBI's site, stolen research flowing to China. Scientists at MD Anderson's Cancer Center in Houston was hardly discreet. Here's the bones and meat of what you want, he wrote in a misspelled email to researchers in China. Attached was a confidential research proposal. According to administrators at the center, the scientists had access to the document only because he had been asked to review it for the National Institutes of Health, and the center had examined his email because federal officials had asked them to investigate him. The NIH and the FBI have begun a vast effort to root out scientists who they say are stealing biomedical research for other countries from institutions across the United States. Almost all of the incidents they uncovered and that are under investigation involve scientists of Chinese descent, including naturalized U.S. citizens allegedly stealing for China.
Yeah, I have like screenshots here on my phone. I can't really bring them up, but let's see. A husband and wife Chinese spy team were recently removed from a Level 4 infectious disease facility in Canada for sending pathogens to Wuhan facility. The husband specialized in coronavirus research. It was that lady that you saw earlier. Smuggled 21 vials of stolen unidentified biomaterial.
Wow.
And one of them is a top Chinese Communist Party army lieutenant.
Communist Party. There we go. Well, yeah. They are operating perfectly
No, dude, it's gotta all be just bad soup, man.
No, man,
it's the bad soup.
It's just what they do.
That's where it came from.
This is just a
Couldn't be
military...
a biomedical lab, like, they just want to cure diseases. It's not like, maybe they just accidentally fucked up because their lab coats are actually pretty fucking retarded.
I think it's on purpose. I think it's on purpose because, like, it's just an exercise. It's an exercise, and it's population control. They're just calling a massive portion.
Like, either it's deliberate, which means it's really scary, or they were trying to do research on it and some guy just managed to fuck it up, and it's still really scary.
No, I think
Not
China.
as scary.
China was just the perfect place for,
Well, think about it. Population density, like, people are honeycombed into little buildings.
Yeah.
There's like
They did it to Africa with Ebola.
It's like a tiny little. We got some fucking crazy shit going on here. Some demons in the building. We got a rabbi in the walls.
A rabbi in the walls over here.
What the fuck was that about?
Okay.
That was weird.
Did China steal coronavirus from Canada and weaponize it? Last year, a mysterious shipment was caught smuggling coronavirus from Canada. It was traced to Chinese agents working at a Canadian lab. A subsequent investigation by Great Game India linked the agents to Chinese biological warfare program from where the virus is suspected to have leaked, causing the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak. Wow. On June 13th, 2012, a 60-year-old Saudi man was admitted to a private hospital in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Is this the same thing? Oh, wow.
This is SARS.
Okay, so
SARS is a strain of the coronavirus, but this one that's spreading right now is a different one. It's in, like, the same family, like corona, meaning it has, like, the crown shape, but it's a different strain of it.
This coronavirus sample was acquired by scientific director Dr. Frank Plummer of Canada's National Microbiology Laboratory, NML, in Winnipeg, directly from Fouchier, who received it from Zaki. The virus was reportedly stolen from the Canadian lab by Chinese agents. The Canadian lab coronavirus arrived at Canada's NML Winnipeg facility on May 4th, 2013 from the Dutch lab. The Canadian lab grew up stocks of the virus and used it to assess diagnostic tests being used in Canada. Winnipeg scientists worked to see which animal species can be infected with the new virus. Research was done in conjunction with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency's national lab, the National Center for the Foreign Animal Diseases, which is housed in the same complex as the National Microbiology Laboratory. Oh my god, I need a drink. Fuck. My lips are so parched.
Yep, and that's the same chick from earlier. Who would have thought?
Dr. Django Chu has been recognized by the Governor General's Innovation Awards.
This work can't be done without teamwork.
She and the team at the National Microbiology Lab have been praised for developing an Ebola vaccine. But just over a week ago, Chu, her husband, and her students from
They tested it on the
China,
Africans.
Canada's only
They're
level
doing it to the
4
Chinese.
Their security access revoked.
Population control.
Staff at the lab was told last Monday the couple is on leave and not to communicate with them.
The gays.
We're getting this from sources who work at the lab, but who don't want to be identified for fears they'll be punished. They say this is coming just months after IT specialists entered Chu's office after hours and replaced her computer, and her superiors stopped authorizing work trips to China.
Manitoba RCMP confirmed it was called in by the Public Health Agency of Canada on May 24th. A spokesperson says the agency is investigating a policy breach, calling it an administrative matter, and it's taking steps to resolve it expeditiously. We can assure Canadians that there is no risk to the public and that the work of the NML continues in support
No
of the health
risk,
and
you
safety
stupid
of all
goys.
Canadians.
All this, of course, is unproven, but even microbiology sometimes, especially microbiology, can have issues that involve national security.
It's something CSIS has already warned about.
Wow.
Canada is facing
Wow.
threats from foreign
Guys are
espionage.
I reiterate.
stupid boomers, man.
I mean, what he said is true though. Like, but it's like, why can't like?
But threats to our economic security.
It's so obvious. Like, of course.
China has been strained ever since the detention of a Huawei executive on a U.S. arrest warrant. Shortly after, China
Why was this ever allowed to happen?
Canadians, accusing them of stealing state secrets. This likely won't go over well and could even deepen the diplomatic divide. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Fuck. Fucking shit.
Oh, this is so black pill.
Excuse my French. Virus hit Wuhan has 2 laboratories linked to Chinese biowarfare program. Oh, fuck, man. This deadly animal virus epidemic spreading globally may have originated in Wuhan laboratory linked to China's covert biological weapons program, according to an Israeli biological warfare experts. Well, they would know, wouldn't they? Radio Free Asia this week rebroadcast a local Wuhan television report from 2015 showing China's most advanced virus research laboratory, known as the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Radio Free Asia reported the laboratory is the only declared site in China capable of working with deadly viruses.
And that's the one that's like 20 miles out.
No. Danny Shoham, a former Israeli military intelligence officer who has studied Chinese biowarfare, said the institute is linked to Beijing's covert biological weapons program. Quote, certain laboratories in the institute have probably been engaged in terms of research and development in Chinese biological weapons, at least collaterally, yet not as principal facility of the Chinese BW alignment, Mr. Shoham told the Washington Times. Well, you know how reliable those Israelis are, yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing the Israelis had something to do with this. I mean, they're just popping up here like giving advice. This fucking military intelligence guy's just coming in like telling everybody giving his opinion.
You,
like, are you kidding? Like, this just came out of nowhere too. Though. It's coming out of the Washington Times. Wow. So, yeah, man. The Israelis.
I prefer fake news. Wow.
What a bunch of pretentious dicks.
Vote for Bernie Sanders.
Vote for Bernie. It's gonna make racism illegal. It's a felony now. It's treason. Gonna be hanged for saying the wrong things.
If you're not in an interracial relationship, you're gonna be executed.
Suck the feminine penis. China. Wuhan lab studies on SARS and Ebola. Safety concerns virus outbreak. Just, yeah, I don't know, man. So, yeah, I guess, yeah. So it looks like this has all been predicted in 2017. That this could break out of a laboratory in Wuhan.
Even earlier than that, it was like 2016.
So they built this laboratory to study Ebola, and it kind of evolved into this SARS laboratory. It seems like the outbreak wasn't
yeah, that's how
very
far
natural.
away it is. Look at that.
Oh.
And then there's another one that's 8 miles to the right of it as well. It's like a smaller one, but that one's like the level 4 scary one.
Not good, not good.
Yeah, biosafety level 4.
There are about 54 biosafety level 4 labs worldwide.
That's so fucked up. Why do we have any of these? Like, fuck off with this shit.
Yeah.
Stupid lab coats.
Yeah, honestly, like, we should almost, like, I'd be down for, like, instituting, like a sort of paleo-conservative fascism where we all go back to, like, using swords and, like, pole arms and bow and arrow and catapults. And even catapults are kind of pushing it, you know what I'm saying?
There's no honor in dying to like a fucking pathogen like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of like gross.
I'm just gonna have this virus go into my lungs and like cause me to get pneumonia and just have some fucked up fever and die.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. And it shouldn't exist. It's cancer. It's cancer. cringy as shit. These hazmat suits are intended to protect scientists from easily transmitted viruses like those that can be caught by breathing in while working at the Wuhan lab. After a laboratory leak incident of SARS in 2004, the former Ministry of Health of China initiated the construction of preservation laboratories for high-level pathogens such as SARS, coronavirus, and pandemic influenza virus, wrote Guizhen Wu. It's not clear what or where those labs were. The Wuhan lab is also equipped for animal research. In 2017, the scientists who spoke to Nature acknowledged the opportunity this presents for the development of vaccines and treatments. Regulations for animal research, especially that conducted on primates, are much looser in China than in the US and other Western countries, meaning these studies are less costly and face fewer barriers that could limit or slow them. But that was also cause for concern for Trevin. Studying the behavior of a virus like 209N-CoV and developing treatments for vaccines for it requires infecting these research monkeys, an important step before human testing. Monkeys are unpredictable, though, warned Elbright. They can run, they can scratch, they can bite, he said, and the virus they can carry would go where their feet, nails, and teeth do. Wow. So, yeah, that's pretty... There's a lot here, man. Wow.
Yeah, we don't need to read that whole thing.
I feel like we almost should, but like... Oof. What does it say about airports?
CDC announced that all 3 passengers arriving to Wuhan from direct or connecting flights would be reticketed and rerouted through the 3 airports with screening already set up. An additional... Wow, that's funny. Chicago.
Yeah, man.
And then they have a case there now.
They're already... Wow. They're already, it's already affecting America, like the heart of America.
Here's the Institute of Virology. That's that level 4 biomedical research lab. And up here, that's the market where like the first cases were coming out of. And there you can see the bat soup. Bat's looking pretty happy.
It's a happy bat.
No, there's no correlation. Oh, come on, load. So this is like updated. I think it's live.
U.S. has declared a public health emergency over the spread of the coronavirus. Okay.
Well,
looks like a lot
total
of recovery,
deaths went up. Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
A lot recovered.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So here's Wuhan. Look at how far it's gone now. Japan. We're getting up into Mongolia.
Wow.
Mongolia actually blocked off all of their borders. Like their entire border.
That's good, man.
And so did like Kazakhstan. And like North Korea. But no one is going to get into North Korea. Look at that. Nepal. Look at that. There's one in India too. Oh, Europe. We got Finland, Sweden, the UK, Spain, France. That is scary.
It's worse than the nuke.
It's in the US. It's in Canada.
I mean, it could blow over, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Looks like. Oh yeah, I had this up here. They're saying that like, originally, oh, it came from like snakes, And now they're saying, like, oh, it came from bats. It's like, oh, there's a biomedical lab, 20 miles out. And then another one to the right of it that's 8 miles away. Like, yeah, definitely came from that.
I wonder, where... I wonder if there's any footage of, like, the people in America, who are, like, diagnosed with it.
Yeah, that'd
Like,
be interesting.
What kind of condition they're under.
I've heard speculation that it affects Asians worse.
Yeah.
And that it affects primarily people that are older than the age of, like, it was like 35.
That makes sense.
And they're really young. So, here are the symptoms of the coronavirus. So, these are, like, just normal. Like, runny nose, clogged sinuses, headache, cough. So it's just fever, and eventually that gets way worse. Feeling being sick, weakness, respiratory problems, chills. So it literally just sounds like a common cold here.
Yep.
So those are like different strains. Most of this is just shit. So this guy was quarantined.
Oh shit.
In Israel.
Huh. Hell yeah.
So I think, where was that map that we had? I thought Israel had a case, but apparently not. So this guy was like a Chinese laborer.
Yep.
Came back, was working in Israel, and then they like quarantined him.
Oh
Like,
shit.
put him in this plastic like little bubble thing.
Huh.
Now they're probably doing research on him.
Huh. Spinning dreidels on his Chinese head.
We have like
songs,
so many
dancing around.
tabs here though that
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip over a lot of this shit. Like they're only saying 41 deaths here. It's like they're saying 41 like, I don't know, this probably came out a few days ago or like a week.
Yeah.
At the most. Look at
Yeah.
that now. 259. I think it just jumped up one.
Jesus.
That is pretty scary.
That is all over China.
Hong Kong's gotten pretty bad. Look at that.
Oh.
I wonder if it was like intended to originally be used there.
Probably.
You
yeah.
know? Like they're protesting and shit. Like, oh, here we're just gonna introduce this thing and fuck you.
Yeah, dude.
Yep, 2 cases of coronavirus suspected in Israel.
Base.
Corona chant. "60-year-old Israeli woman."
They should let her. Like, why are they quarantining her?
Yeah, if it's not a big problem.
It's not a big deal, dude. Just let her walk around. It's cool.
But yeah, the flu's killed more people. You know, the Chinese, they have it under control, man.
They said it's cool.
The times of Israel is probably some good stuff here. Coronavirus in animals. So it can affect animals
Pretty
too.
much fucks with
Look at
everyone.
that. Includes pigs, domestic and wild birds, bats, rodents, dogs, and cats and cattle.
Fucked, man. Affected humans in 2003 worldwide in the Middle East. Respiratory syndrome coronavirus currently affecting people in the Middle East and Europe are said to have an animal origin. Bats? No, not. No, I don't know. I think it's fucking. It might have an animal origin, like, but it was developed. I think it was released from a lab. You know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like these big diseases and like outbreaks, I think they're, you know, just military exercises and they're just doing experiments basically and seeing how people react and, like, you know, taking notes and making money on the side, I guess.
But even like the CDC here says it'll come from, you know, animals. So you have people being infected. Well, animals can be infected. Like, clearly this is way worse than people are saying.
That's pretty bad. I mean, like, the consequences are bad if it's like, especially if it's perfected, you know, as a bioweapon, like.
And a high mutation rate was what that doctor was saying.
Yeah.
And then here they are, like, originally saying, like, oh, it came from snakes. It's like they don't even fucking know. They have no idea what's going on, or they do, and they're just deliberately lying to you. Like,
no, it's
what
like,
one
yeah,
is it? Are they retarded, or are they?
No, they're making
like,
designer diseases.
Fucked?
They're making designer, you know, diseases like bioweapons just to like.
Because either these people are stupid, or like, there's literally only two options. Like, either they're stupid as shit, or this is
designer viruses.
Like, yeah clearly man-made, designed for like this purpose almost. Oh, there's only 77 people infected, blah, blah, blah. Like, in that amount of time, we went from that to, like, 259.
Yeah.
What were we on? Oh, yeah, we're on this one. Alright, we already know this shit. We don't need the Guardian to tell us anything.
Fuck the Guardian. Oh, you ever seen this?
Oh, yeah, we already saw this one. That's pretty fucked.
Dude. Remember, like, empathize
Look
with
at this,
Chinese people.
Look at this graph. This fucking graph here. So, this is the total confirmed cases. Look at that spike.
Yeah.
Just, like, straight up. It's like a population chart.
Well, that lady said, you know, 14 people. Every one person, 14 people. Every one person infects 14 people.
That's so fucked. Look at these projections. And this is just, like, what they're putting out here. Like, this isn't even close to being accurate. Because if they're, you know, covering up shit, then this is just the numbers that they want you to see. Like, that is so fucked. Look at this. Man, if this gets to America and it actually starts spreading, that's so fucked. Like, Trump was talking, like, oh, we need to get all of our people out of there as fast as possible. Like, oh, yeah, let's take these people that are possibly infected, put them on a plane and send them back here, and then, you know, let them intermingle with everyone else.
No.
Oh, look at that. Case in the U.S. Oh, that's a great idea, Trump. You know, just let people come back.
That's terrifying, man. Even if this one doesn't like do it, it's just like anyone could. So
yeah, and if this one doesn't kill you, I heard like it permanently weakens your immune system and makes you more susceptible to like future diseases and shit, viruses and other pathogens.
Yeah, that's not good.
You want to go through some more of this?
Oh yeah, man.
I think we just got a few more.
Oh, look at this. A high-level exercise showed that a coronavirus pandemic could kill 65 million people. Just over 3 months ago, a high-level pandemic exercise entitled Event 201 was held in New York City, New York. Just over 3 months ago, a high-level pandemic exercise entitled Event 201 held in New York City on October 18th, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in conjunction with the World Economic Forum and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, brought together 15 leaders of business, government, and public health to simulate a scenario in which a coronavirus pandemic was ravaging the planet. The current coronavirus outbreak that originated in China did not begin until December, and so at that time it was supposedly just a hypothetical exercise. The following comes from the official page for the event. The Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise in October 18, 2019 in New York, New York. The exercise illustrated areas where public/private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. Yeah, I'm sure that's the reasoning behind the event. I find it quite interesting that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was involved because they are also financial backers of the institute that was granted a U.S. patent for an attenuated coronavirus in November 2018.
You know what's weird? 65 million people.
Whoa, 6 million. 6 gorillion.
6.5.
6.5, and that's like what they estimated.
65 million.
Dude.
Like
6.5, bro.
It's the number.
Whoa.
It's the number. It's the magic number. But no, numerology's, not a thing. Don't pay any attention to
like leveling up.
I'm just
Whoa.
I'm a lunatic. I'm just
yeah.
speaking nonsense.
No, they were saying like it's at least 6 million Jews, but it could be like as high as 6.5 million Jews, right? If I'm not mistaken.
The symbology of 6. They have 66 books in their that make up the Torah.
Yeah. Wow.
At least that's what I heard. Or maybe it's not the Torah. It's like, I don't know, there's something, like some holy scripture that's like 66. And the normal Catholic one is 73. Just jam all these people in a little tiny space. All these potentially infected.
Yep. It's always good. Footage has emerged showing an airline passenger with suspected SARS-like coronavirus being wheeled out of an airport in a quarantine box. The man inside the box is wearing a protective suit, a mask, and gloves after he reportedly showed possible symptoms, including a fever during screening, and was isolated from other travelers. The box is surrounded by staff wearing blue masks. So, well, did he have a fever? Did he have coronavirus? I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the most they'll tell you. It's like, oh, this guy had symptoms, and we're not going to tell you anything else.
Exactly, man.
And now he's probably
silver doctors
in an ashtray.
Gold, silver, and finance news. Ooh, Bill Gates is really tech changing the world. In a video called the Microsoft Israel's annual Big Bash, co-founder says he's very impressed with Israel's R&D. Look at the way he's looking at Benjamin Netanyahu, man. I think
those are like fuck me eyes.
Yeah, man, exactly, right? Exactly, dude.
Like I want to get fucked.
Dude, look at the way Bill is looking at Ben. Bill wants Ben. That's fucked.
The BBs want to make some BBs.
Man. Fuck, man. Is that even... I wonder what Bill Gates' real name is. Probably like Shlomo Lewandowski or something. A special guest virtually joined over 2,000 people at the Microsoft Israel R&D Center's annual Think Next event in Tel Aviv Thursday. The man who started it all, Bill Gates, a rare public comment on the value of Microsoft Israel's work in helping make the company what it is. Gates said that Israeli developments tech areas like analytics and security were quote-unquote improving the world.
Improving the world.
A light for the nations. This year marked the 8th Think Next event, where Microsoft shows off its best and brightest new technologies, many developed in Israel. Gates doesn't call in every year, but with this year being the 25th anniversary of the Microsoft Israel's Research and Development Center, he told the Tel Aviv audience in a video call from the U.S. that he was very happy to wish the R&D Center a happy birthday. The center, he said, started in 1991 when some of the Israeli engineers at Microsoft wanted to return home but continue working at Microsoft. We decided to open the center. It was our first one outside the U.S., and I think the technology they have produced over the years more than justifies our decision. End quote. Speaking live at the event was current Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Nadella met Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier Thursday to discuss cybersecurity and other matters. In their meeting, Nadella noted Microsoft's commitment to Israel. Quote, its investments in the local market and commitment to the continued growth of the high-tech and innovation industry in Israel, which finds expression in assistance programs for startups, introducing advanced technologies to all sectors of the economy, promoting science and technology, and education in computers and mathematics, end quote, the Prime Minister's office said.
Nutella.
According to Yoram Yakovia, general manager of Microsoft's Israel's R&D Center, quote, the Think Next conference reflects the ability of creative technologies to reinvent entire industries, including health, agriculture, communications, and transportation. The new experiences offered to users are a tremendous springboard for businesses and is changing the economy and the lives of millions. We're proud to provide a stage for startups that show exceptional creativity in these and other fields. Since the R&D Center was established 25 years ago, we have managed to generate unique creative value for the company, as shown by innovative projects that will be presented today at the event. ThinkNext itself was one of those projects exported by Microsoft Israel. First organized in Israel, the tech showcase is now duplicated by the company in India, China, and the U.S. This event is held in the framework of Microsoft's efforts to promote high-tech in Israel, and especially in the startup sector, where Microsoft holds various promotion and cooperation activities with some 1,000 startups. One thing that Microsoft is very proud of, said Zach Weisfeld, who helps Microsoft's Ventures, the company's startup accelerator, is, quote, that in 4 years we have built Ventures into the world's biggest and most successful corporate accelerator. Since we started the programs in Israel in 2012, Microsoft has opened 6 additional Ventures accelerators around the world. Huh. Wow. Look at those punums. Physiognomy check. Look at the way they look at each other. Just want to like zoom in on that. Eye contact. He's like, oh, you got a good handshake, yeah. Fucking.
It's like, I bet you got a big penis.
But you got a tight ass. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call you later, baby. Quote, worldwide we have 454 graduates who have raised 1.78 billion, he said at a gala event Thursday in Tel Aviv, celebrating the 7th graduating class of the local Ventures Accelerator program. Quote, we We've had 29 exits and 3 IPOs, and on average, companies that graduated from the program received $4.9 million in funding in the first year after they graduate from the accelerator. That's enough to make us the #1 corporate accelerator in the world. While Microsoft is known for many things, it is best known for Windows, and for years, rumors have swirled for years that the major parts of the operating system were developed in Israel, something the company has confirmed, although has never specified just which components of Windows are Israeli. Gates, who does know, wasn't telling either, but he was very happy to wish the Microsoft Israel R&D Center a happy 25th anniversary. Quote, I have been very impressed with what they have done in the past 25 years, and I can't wait to see what they come up with in the next 25, he added. So, yeah, that's interesting.
25.
It's interesting that major parts of the operating system of Microsoft were developed in Israel. And the company's confirmed it. And Bill Gates knows which parts, components were developed in Israel, but he isn't telling anybody. And you gotta wonder why he isn't telling anybody. Oh dear. Bill Gates now BDS left-wing list of people. No.
And AMD is made in Israel too.
Yeah, man. Everything's all computer chips are made in Israel now. It's fucked. It's just the time we live in. It's just we gotta accept it. It's just the time we live in.
Look at that guy. He's beautiful.
Trust my kids. Trust my kids.
Bug boy.
That fuck, yeah, exactly. Bug boy.
Like, imagine taking that and photoshopping that in like a public pool.
It's like a bug, dude. Yeah. A few things we discussed this month are mixing together. Israel's Innovation Authority releases From Startup to Smart Up Nation report on technology and AI, including challenges. Microsoft, since engineer Satya Nadella became CEO, has shifted towards the cloud, AI, and new industry/technologies. As years a big driver of the business and initiatives such as the partnerships with BlackRock around retirement are opening doors to new industries. God, I need to get some glasses, man. Fuck. I mean, shoot. Lastly, we discuss how Israel's famous Unit 8200 has been responsible for a number of the most innovative and advanced startups for AI and technology, and high-profile examples like NSO making front-page news. Let's combine them all. Back in 2002, Microsoft hired Shelley Landsman as defense sector manager for Microsoft in Israel, and when she graduated, Bar Ilan University/Technion. I can't even talk, dude.
Fast forward a decade plus, and she becomes the general manager for Microsoft in Israel after acquiring Adullam. It was founded by 3 young intelligence officers within the Israeli Intelligence Corp, and that's Unit 8200 after the Technion studies. They started the company out of the military in 2012 and sold it for around $320 million in the summer of 2015.
In like a couple of years, you just like
just $320 million, you know.
Yeah.
That's not that much. I don't think I could even live with that much, you know.
Start a company, startup nation. Yeah. So, yeah, this is how Israel controls the world. With like a very small number of people, because everybody is a possible helper, and especially the corporate world. They're just the most powerful helpers, and they call them Sanims. It's fucking it's really powerful because the CIA or the NSA or the KGB has to employ upwards of 10,000, 100,000 employees, whereas the Mossad can employ a couple thousand employees, and they can just have Saniim, helpers all over the world, that will help them with whatever they need. And they'll just tell them you're helping your country, you're helping the Jews all around the world, you're helping prevent the next Holocaust, you know, whatever they need to tell them to, basically, you know, get them to help.
It's just manipulation.
Yeah.
Like psychological manipulation. On
Exactly.
the level of like, oh, well, this is your identity, so we're going to tell you to do this for, you know, the benefit of your people, even though, you know.
Yep.
It's probably to the detriment of them, to the vast majority of them, to
Most
be
definitely.
honest.
Yeah, it's bad for everybody. Well, Microsoft's election guard, a Trojan horse for a military-industrial takeover of U.S. elections. Quote, the fact that we are handing over the keys of American democracy to military-industrial complex is like giving the keys to the henhouse to a fox and saying, here, come and take whatever you want. It's obviously dangerous, investigative journalist Yasha Levine. Okay. Earlier this month, tech giant Microsoft announced its solution to protect American elections from interference, which it named Election Guard. The election technology is already set to be adopted by half of voting machine manufacturers and some state governments for the 2020 general election. Though it has been heavily promoted by the mainstream media in recent weeks, none of those reports have disclosed that Election Guard has several glaring conflicts of interest that greatly undermine its claim aimed at protecting U.S.
Election
democracy.
guard.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going to guard your election. Don't you know?
In this investigation, Mid-Press will reveal how Election Guard was developed by companies with deep ties to U.S. defense and intelligence communities and Israeli military intelligence, as well as the fact that it is far from clear what the technology would prevent foreign and domestic interference with or manipulation of vote totals or other aspects of American election systems. Election forensics and analyst and author Jonathan Simon, as well as investigative journalist Yasha Levine, who has written extensively on how the military has long sought to weaponize public technologies, including the internet, were consulted for their views on Election Guard, its connections to the military-industrial complex, and the implication of those connections for American democracy as part of this investigation. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, it's... I don't know if you should read all this.
Yeah, there's a lot of AIDS in there.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, at least we can point people in the right direction.
Yeah.
Mid-Press News is fucking awesome. Whitney Webb is... I don't know if Whitney Webb is one person or if it's like a bunch of people who just right under that name. But it's really good stuff. So, check that shit out, people. That pun up. Lovable looking guy.
Man, it's just so black pilling. Yeah. Dying of a virus. Don't even have our own computer chips.
Yeah.
And our elections are rigged.
It's like, you know, when does it become like a red line, you know?
Yeah, like when is enough enough?
Yeah. When is enough enough, exactly.
People don't even pay enough attention to realize half this shit, though.
Trilateral Commission member Henry Kissinger created the Modern Master Plan for Population Control in 1974. The National Security Study Memorandum 200, NSSM 200. Thus, Bill Gates and other moderns did not create the plan, but are only following its instructions. Note from the editor. Alleged humanitarian efforts have always been a rather important aspect of the state propaganda campaign carried out by the White House and its media. We've seen Washington using its proxy NGOs to fight against the alleged quote-unquote humanitarian crimes of the Syrian government, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, and other states that Washington has declared its enemies. This large-scale campaign that is said to be driven by quote-unquote common human values has been supported by a number of modern American oligarchs. Among those quote-unquote humanitarian champions, one may find the founder of Microsoft and one of the richest businessmen in the world, Bill Gates. He is a figure who likes to be presented as a benevolent philanthropist of sorts. By using the so-called Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, this American oligarch attempts to put on the mark of the official representative of the United States political elite carrying on the fight against poverty, food shortages, and disease in Africa and other poor regions of the world. However, in reality, these activities of Bill Gates and the White House are focused on the use of progress to reverse the effect of humanitarian projects, namely to reduce the population of the planet, or in other words, to pursue eugenics. This statement, I mean, not necessarily. I don't necessarily agree with that. They're not necessarily pursuing eugenics. They might just be, like, testing weapons, like, and making money. Here's a quote from Bill Gates. First, we got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we'll lower that by perhaps 10 or 50%. Emphasis added. And I think that's a really important quote we just wanted to look at there because, look, this was written in 2016. So this was written quite a while ago on November 22nd.
And then has ties to a possible virus.
You know, I mean...
That seems pretty normal.
Vaccines. They have a patent for the vaccine. Wait, do we have that? We have the patent?
Mm-mm.
Coronavirus patent granted to Bill Gates funded institute in 2018 gives more credence to the theory it might be a bioweapon. January 23rd, 2020. Coronavirus patent granted Bill Gates funded blah blah blah. By Stephen Stanford, All News Pipeline, MSM colluding on narrative hints something sinister as China locks down cities. The comment by ANP leader Roland Deschênes on Wednesday on this ANP story perfectly summed up my own thoughts about coronavirus, so I'll feature it here now to open this story. I told myself I was going to ignore the news about the Wuhan coronavirus, but it's everywhere, so you can't miss it. The reports of China quarantining Wuhan city, population 10 plus million, are official.
It's like
For
15
reference,
million now, or 17 million.
Yeah. NYC has a population of 8.4 million. Something tells me China is downplaying the amount of those infected and the number of deaths related to it. Shutting down a city of this size, over 600 sick and 9 dead, doesn't make sense. While Wuhan's neighbor Huanggang was also quarantined on Thursday, with a third Chinese city also put on lockdown as officials in China cancel May Chinese New Year celebrations, with some Chinese people claiming it feels like the end of the world. We absolutely have to take a look within this story at the very real possibility that this coronavirus has been weaponized to do what the globalists have been unable to do through abortion or war, mass culling, with one expert warning that this coronavirus already has the same death rate as the Spanish flu that killed roughly 50 million people, first from Yahoo News. Chinese deadly coronavirus may have the same death rate as the Spanish flu, an expert has warned. Deaths from the new virus rose to 17 on Wednesday, with hundreds of cases now confirmed, increasing fears of widespread contagion. The previously unknown flu-like coronavirus strain is believed to have emerged from an animal market in central Wuhan City, with cases now detected as far away as
That's
the
that
US.
market that was 20 miles away from the institute.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And 8 miles away from the other lab.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously it came from the lab.
2 lab.
Yeah. I mean, there's never even been a doubt in my mind that it came from the lab. I didn't even know about the meat market, like, at first. I was just like, oh, of course it came from the lab. Like, it's in the city that the outbreak happened. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. It's crazy. Craziness.
Go over left one more. I think we were...
Oop.
Yeah, I think we're on this one.
Yeah, so this is, the previous director before the guy in this
In that
video.
clip.
Yep. This weird fucking symbolism.
I'm Dr. Matthew Gilmore, Scientific Director General of Canada's National Microbiology Laboratory, part of the Public Health Agency of Canada. So we're Canada's only level 4 lab. And what does that mean? It means we're able to safely test and respond to the world's most dangerous infectious diseases, including Ebola virus, toxigenic E. coli, and also highly pathogenic influenzas. So I want you to come inside and see the lab and see how we help.
Do I want this guy fucking handling my diseases and shit?
Seems like a great guy.
Canada 150 is about pride. Across Canada, we can be proud of the important accomplishments that Canada has made in the fight against infectious diseases. The NML is a model
Love
of
how the
excellence
music's like so
for our
uplifting.
labs, our people, and the way we lead others through very challenging public health threats such as SARS, H1N1.
SARS.
Most
It's like
researchers
they caught like the
think
Chinese spy in the video.
we are disease detectors.
Like that's the Chinese spy. What if that was
That's
the
just a
Chinese
guy.
spy? Yeah.
We provide
What if that was the
information
fucking like? But he's actually working for the
to protect the
Israelis.
health of Canadians and others in the
Fucking-
global community. Only a
The
few
Chinese
labs
government's
around
like,
the
we don't
world
even know what's
safely
going on,
handle
bro.
the most deadly of infectious
Except for like
diseases.
a couple of them who've like plotted against him.
We are world leaders.
It's like a many-faceted, many-layered conspiracy, you know.
Yeah.
The Israelis are like planting
Well, there's
this
like so
through the
much shit that
Chinese
we don't
affiliates.
know, but I mean, like the stuff that we do know it's a bioweapon.
We're able to take our lab
Like
outside of
it
the
definitely
building.
is a lot
The
worse
moment
than
we
what they're saying.
take action to
Probably
respond to
like
a biosecurity
it's
threat
probably getting
or
close to like
international
200,000 people
For
infected
example,
now.
in
Just from
2014,
what I'm
we deployed a mobile lab
thinking.
to West Africa to respond to the deadly Ebola
Because it was
outbreak there.
100,000 like
We are innovators,
about
striving
5
for
days
creation
ago
of
now.
new knowledge and new technologies that are improving the public health system. Canada is pioneering the next generation.
Now
of
it's in a
medical
bunch of different
research. We are
countries.
transforming
So
laboratory
that's great.
approaches. We are moving away
And,
from
and now we know that it can go through like livestock,
to now towards
cattle,
labs,
you
where
got
we're using
fucking
genomics
birds and
advanced
shit
instruments
carrying
to
it.
study microbes at the genetic level. This means we're able to address outbreaks with greater speed,
And you don't even show symptoms for up to like 2 weeks.
I'm so
But at that
optimistic
time
about the
period, you
future.
can still
We've
spread
done so
it.
much since the lab first opened in 1999.
That's so good.
And I want us to continue to keep discovering, and I want us to continue to keep helping to protect the health of
No, let's not, you know, stock up on anything. Let's not, you know, panic a little bit. Everything's under control, right? That's why there's just, you know, everything on lockdown. Should refresh it. I wonder if it's gone up.
Nice.
Check this one out. I think it gets updated like every. It might be like every 12 hours. So here's like, where is it? Here was like that market, then the lab was like, it was either down here or it was on this side.
Yeah.
And everything's just around that one central location. Yeah, it's not a bioweapon, dude. It's just bad soup, bro. Oh, it's just not, it's not gonna go to our, you know, big cities or anything. You know, LA, stuff like that, you know. It's not gonna go to, like, California. Well, how should we wrap this up?
Shit. I think one of these videos will be pretty nice. Oh, maybe
In
not
March
this
of
one.
2019, a
Maybe
shipment
not
of
this one. Fuck that one. I don't want to. Not this guy. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. That guy's a bug boy.
Yeah, I don't want to say one again. That's fucking super depressing. All these are very depressing. Oh man, it's gotta be live leak though. It's gotta be live leak.
Yeah, let's do that one. That's a good one.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good night, and I hope you have good dreams and sleep well. You know, have a good weekend. You know, Sit down, have dinner with your family.
Enjoy some bat soup.
Eat some good soup. Eat some soup. And, I don't know, give a gift to somebody. Do something nice for somebody.
Let a Chinese lady spit in your mouth.
You know, light a candle. Leave something, nice for somebody else on their doorstep, or I don't know,
man. Start prepping up on stuff.
Buy some bottled
Get
water.
Some bass, some water, some food, ammunition. Because you don't want to be these guys. Just get barricaded in. I'm just gonna install this metal pipe here, just for good measure. All right.
It's fucking soul crushing in a way.
Oh, we could end this with a shark attack here.
Oh yeah, man.
A little bit of a white pill. Some nature. When we're all dead of the Wu Flu, at least these animals will just continue to be crazy.
Oh yeah, man. It's a good thought.
It's like a sea dragon.
Yeah. Shark just comes out of nowhere. Hey, nigga. What's up?
Damn.
Badoink. Got y'alls. The waves.
How does someone even get this clip? Like, this guy's sitting there as the shark's doing this shit? Like, what the fuck?
The shark set up the camera.
Yeah, there's like a shark, like, recording it. Going on World Star, man.
Oh, shit. Look at the waves. Oh, it's sick.
Yeah, Live Leak is sick, man. Alright. Well, I think it's about time to close this out here. Have a good night, everyone.
Peace.